每天练习英文5分钟，流利英文交谈不是梦。
Now, let's get started. Today, let's talk about Brooklyn Beckham's accusations against his parents. In January 2026, Brooklyn Beckham released a scathing public statement on Instagram accusing his parents, David and Victoria Beckham, of a years-long campaign to undermine his marriage to Nicola Peltz. He alleged that they prioritized their brand Beckham image over family love, using performative social media posts and media leaks to control his narrative. Before we dive into the topic, a quick heads up. If you enjoy this, definitely like, subscribe, and share it around. Now, let's go! Did you read about Brooklyn Beckham's post about his parents? It's all over the news.
Yeah, I did. I was really surprised. Their family always looks so perfect on social media and in interviews.
Same here. For years, people said the Beckhams were the dream family. Famous, stylish, successful, always smiling in photos. But now Brooklyn says that a lot of it was just for show.
He said his parents controlled the stories about their family in the press, right? Like they chose what people could see and believe.
Yes. And he also said they tried to sabotage his relationship with Nicola, even before their wedding. That's a very serious accusation.
The part about the wedding really shocked me. He claims Victoria canceled Nicola's wedding dress at the last minute and then took over his first dance with his wife. He said he felt humiliated.
Imagine feeling that on your wedding day. Most people dream of that moment, but he says it became about his mother and the family image, not about the couple.
And he also wrote that his parents have told countless lies to the media and even turned his siblings against him. That sounds very painful.
It does. What touches me is that he says he doesn't want to reconcile with his family now and that he's standing up for himself for the first time. That means this problem is really deep, not just a small argument.
You know, this whole story makes me think about how we look at celebrity families. We see photos, videos, and documentaries and think, wow, they have everything. Their life must be perfect.
Exactly. But we only see the surface. The red carpets, the vacations, the cute posts on Instagram. We don't see the everyday fights, the pressure, the control, or the stress behind the scenes.
It's like watching a movie. The camera shows only what the director wants us to see. Real life is much messier, but fans often forget that.
And with social media, it's even easier to hide problems. You can post one happy family photo and people think, they must be so close, even if you just had a big argument.
That's true for normal families too, not just famous ones. Many people post smiling pictures, but at home they may be lonely, angry, or unhappy.
Right. I think this story is a good reminder. We should not compare our real life with someone else's perfect image. We don't know what is happening inside their home.
And it's also a reminder that money and fame cannot protect anyone from family pain. Brooklyn grew up rich and famous, but he still feels controlled, anxious, and hurt.
He even said his anxiety became better only after he took distance from his family. That shows how heavy family expectations can be, especially when your parents' work and your private life are mixed.
Yeah, when your family is also a business, like Brand Beckham, every moment can feel like a performance. Maybe it's hard to know if people love you for yourself or for the image you help them keep.
That's a really sad question. Do you love me, or do you just love the photo of us together? It must be confusing when your whole life is in the media.
What do you think about him taking it public, though? Some people say he should keep it private. others say he has the right to tell his side.
Honestly, it's complicated. On one hand, it's his story and his pain. If he feels his parents have used the media for years, he might feel this is the only way to be heard.
On the other hand, once you share something like that online, you can't take it back. Millions of strangers will have opinions about your family, and that can make healing even harder.
True. Maybe there is no easy way in a family like that. If everything has always been public, maybe going public feels normal to him, even for personal problems.
What really stays with me is the idea that we never fully know what happens in someone else's family. Even if they are famous, even if there's a documentary, we still see only a small part.
And this small part is usually the best part. The beautiful house, the nice clothes, the big smiles. But inside, there can be control, fear, jealousy, or old wounds that were never healed.
Still, sometimes I feel bad when I see perfect families online and think my family is not good enough. It also makes me think about my own family. We don't have big drama like that, but we have our issues.
Same here, but stories like this help me remember that no family is perfect. Every family has problems. They are just different problems. Some are quiet, some are very public.
Maybe the healthiest thing is to accept that a real family can be loving and broken at the same time. You can be grateful and still feel hurt. You can respect your parents and still set boundaries.
Yes, and maybe the most important thing is honesty, not perfection. When people can say, "We are struggling," or "We need help," that is more real than pretending everything is fine.
Brooklyn's way of being honest is very extreme and very public, but the message beneath it feels universal. What you see from the outside is not the full truth.
And it warns us not to put any family on a pedestal. When we say, "They are the dream family," we forget they are human. Humans always come with conflict, mistakes, and pain.
In the end, his story is sad, but it can teach something. Don't trust appearances too much. Don't compare your life to someone's highlight reel, and remember that quiet, honest love is worth more than a perfect photo.
Exactly. Maybe the real dream family is not the one that looks perfect, but the one that can face its truth together, even when that truth is uncomfortable. Useful phrases to memorize. 1. All over the news. Meaning, many news channels and websites are talking about it. Usage. Use when something is very popular in the media. Example, did you read about Brooklyn Beckham's post about his parents? It's all over the news. 2. For years, people said, meaning, people have believed or repeated this idea for a long time. Usage. Used to introduce a belief that lasted a long time. Example, for years, people said the Beckhams were the dream family. Famous, stylish, successful, always smiling in photos. 3. A lot of it was just for show. Meaning, many things were only to look good, not truly real. Usage. Use when actions or images are not sincere, only for appearance. Example, but now Brooklyn says that a lot of it was just for show. 4. That's a very serious accusation. Meaning, this is a strong and important claim about bad behavior. Usage. Use when someone says another person did something very wrong. Example, yes. And he also said they tried to sabotage his relationship with Nicola even before their wedding. That's a very serious accusation. 5. We only see the surface. Meaning, we only see the outside part, not the true inside. Usage. Use when talking about things that are more complex than they look. Example. Exactly. But we only see the surface, the red carpets, the vacations, the cute posts on Instagram. 6. Behind the scenes. Meaning. What happens in private, not in public, or on camera. Usage. Common when comparing public image and private life. Example. We don't see the everyday fights, the pressure, the control, or the stress behind the scenes. 7. That's true for normal families. Meaning, this idea also applies to ordinary, non-famous families. Usage. Used to connect a specific example to a general situation. Example. That's true for normal families too, not just famous ones. 8. What really stays with me is. Meaning, the thing I remember most or feel most strongly about is. Usage. Used to highlight the most important point for you. Example. What really stays with me is the idea that we never fully know what happens in someone else's family. 9. Put someone on a pedestal. Meaning, to think someone is perfect and too special. Usage. Often used to warn that idealizing someone is dangerous. Example. And it warns us not to put any family on a pedestal. 10. The message beneath it feels universal. Meaning, the deeper meaning is something that many people can relate to. Usage. Used to say that a personal story has a wider, general meaning. Example. Brooklyn's way of being honest is very extreme and very public, but the message beneath it feels universal. Useful vocabulary to memorize. 1. Accusation. Meaning, a statement that someone did something wrong or illegal. Usage. Often used with make an accusation or a serious accusation. Example, yes. And he also said they tried to sabotage his relationship with Nicola, even before their wedding. That's a very serious accusation. 2. Sabotage. Meaning, to deliberately damage or destroy something so it fails. Usage. Often about secretly trying to stop a plan, event, or relationship. Example. He also said they tried to sabotage his relationship with Nicola even before their wedding. 3. Humiliated. Meaning, feeling very ashamed or embarrassed, especially in public. Usage. Often used when someone feels small or disrespected. Example. He claims Victoria canceled Nicola's wedding dress at the last minute and then took over his first dance with his wife. He said he felt humiliated. 4. Reconcile. Meaning, to become friendly again after a fight or conflict. Usage. Often used with reconcile with someone. Example. What touches me is that he says he doesn't want to reconcile with his family now and that he's standing up for himself for the first time. 5. Pedestal. Meaning, a base that holds a statue. Figuratively, a position where someone is seen as perfect. Usage. Common in the phrase, put someone on a pedestal. Example. And it warns us not to put any family on a pedestal. Great work! You crushed it. Let's keep that momentum going by focusing on mastering just a couple of phrases a day. It's those small wins that build true fluency over time. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you so much. See you next time.